alter your life. And you don't want to give self-motivation away to somebody else and make it somebody else motivating you. The guy says, boy, if somebody just come by and turn me on. What if they don't show up? Right? See, you got to have a better plan for your life. Okay. Now, if you're excited and you're ready to change, let me give you 3 steps to start life change that can change your life, your personality, your lifestyle. Everything can change. Here's the steps. Number 1, find out how things work. The first key to doing better is find out. To change your life, really, you need ideas. There isn't anything an idea can't change. And Schoaf taught me the major problem is lack of an idea. A problem. At first I didn't have any money. I said to Mr. Schoaf, I don't have any money. He said, that's not a problem. Now see, up until then I always thought it was. Right? I was confused. He said, no, the problem is lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. It isn't lack of money, it's lack of ideas. So if you get the ideas, see, you can change anything. Now to get ideas, you need a constant study of finding out. Now Schoaf also said, when you find out something that works, put the information in your journal. Don't use your head for a filing cabinet. Put it in your journal so that you can do the next best thing. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Go over it. And if you repeat it, go over it, sure enough, someday, some mysterious day, the idea takes root, starts to grow, and shows up in your bank account, and your dress, and your personality, and your lifestyle. But capture the ideas in your journal. Find out how things work. Schoaf gave me this word for my life change. He said, study. Great word. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Make it a study. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. You've got to study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual, personal life. Now, here's a qualifying phrase. And we'll have several of these qualifying phrases throughout the seminar. Here's the first one. You may not be able to do all you find out. I understand that. You may not be able to do all you find out, but you should find out all you can do. See, you don't want to wind up at the end of your life and discover that you've lived only 1/10 of it. And the other 9/10 went down the drain. Not for lack of opportunity, for lack of information. So that's number 1, find out how things work. Now here's the best human virtue for finding out, curiosity. Make a note of that. Curiosity. Be curious. You might add a word to it that'll help. Childish curiosity. What will kids do if they want to know something bad enough? Bug you. That's the phrase. They can ask 1,000 questions. You think they're through? They got another 1,000. They'll drive you to the brink. It's a virtue. When you gotta know, be like a child. In fact, Jesus, the master teacher, said, unless you can become like little children, you might as well forget it. You don't have a prayer. Excellent advice. You gotta be like children. 4 ways, in my opinion, to be like a child. Number 1 is curiosity, and number 2 is excitement. Get excited like a child over your ability to make yourself do anything for change. 3rd is faith. Have faith like a child. Adults are too skeptical. And 4th is trust. Trust is a childish virtue, but the rewards are incredible. So be like a child. Now, if you're curious, let me give you 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Any life direction, any dimension. Here's 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Number 1 is to read. Become a good reader. All of the successful people I know and work with around the world, they're all good readers. Curiosity drives them to read. They got to know. They just read, 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 read. Become a good reader. Now, that's my opinion. Listen to the other lecturers, and listen to me, and make up your own mind. Don't be a follower. Be a student. Okay? I say, really, for life change, you got to read. One way to learn is from your own experiences, but another way to learn is from other people's experiences. See, one book might save you 5 years if you read it. Did you know there's books on how to be stronger, more decisive, be a speaker, be a leader, have a better effect on other people, develop your personality? Did you know there's books on that? And people don't read them? How would you explain that? And they can read? Did you know that hundreds of successful people have written their stories in books and they wrote down how they did it and people don't read it? How would you explain that? The guy's busy, I guess. You know, you get tied up. The guy says, well, yeah, you work where I work. By the time you struggle home, it's late. You got to eat a bite of supper, watch a little TV, get to bed. You can't sit up half the night reading, 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 reading. And the guy's behind on his car payment. Good worker, hard worker, sincere. But you got to be better than sincere and work hard. Otherwise, at the end of your life, you'll wind up cold, stony broke. You got to be better than a good worker. You got to be a good reader. The whole world is governed by laws. The universe, in fact. Laws. We call it the law of electricity. We call it the law of gravity. There's mathematical laws. There's physical. Setup. Now, we didn't set it up, but we're here, so you got to learn it. And we should learn the setup for 2 basic reasons. Number 1, to keep from getting hurt. It's one of the major reasons for learning, so you won't get hurt. See, economically, socially, personally, you can get hurt just not knowing. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is poverty. Ignorance is tragedy. You got to know, or you're going to get hurt. It's good to know not to walk out the 10th-story window. That's excellent information. Now, what if a guy didn't know and he walks out? Now he's dead at the bottom. Somebody says, well, the poor guy didn't know. You got to know, or you're going to get hurt. Okay. Now, here's a parenthesis. You don't have to like the setup. I don't ask you to like how it is. That's not what's important. But it is important to learn how it is. Okay? So you don't have to like it, but you should learn it. That's what I tell the kids, right? Make sure you get the information. What you think about it, that's up to you. What you're going to do with it, that'll soon be up to you. But make sure you get it. See, there's nothing worse than being stupid. Nothing. I mean, being broke is bad, but being stupid is awful. And what's really bad is being broke and stupid, right? That's about the end of the world. I mean, there isn't anything much worse than that. Unless you're sick. Sick, broken, stupid. I mean, that is it, right? There's nowhere else to go. So make sure you get the information. It's key. You don't have to like it, but learn it. If this big monstrous thing lifts up in the sky, hangs there for a little while, cuts loose, comes crashing down, boom, shakes the ground for 5 miles. And then this big monstrous thing lifts back up in the sky, hangs there for a little while, cuts loose again, comes crashing down, boom, shakes the ground for 5 miles. It just keeps doing. a stupid arrangement, which is okay. You're entitled to your opinion. But the first thing you should learn to do is get out from under it, right? That's number one. You might have a great moral argument. You might want to shake your finger at the sky, but do it from over there, right? So you don't get smashed. It's called your basic smart. So number one, learn so you won't get hurt. Whether you like it or not, learn. Now here's the second reason for learning, the setup, to benefit. It's called the plus of life. And that's what life is, right? Both minus and plus. The minus is tragedy, heartache, misery, failure, unhappiness. But life is also happiness, prosperity, good feelings. So here's the key. Learn to get on the good side of the way things work. Now here's two of the basic laws, and we'll take our break. Shof taught me these. They come from the Bible. Now again, I'm an amateur, okay? When it comes to the Bible, I'm not a pro. So you'll sort of have to take my way of putting it. But here they are. The first one is the law of use. The law of use. And it goes something like this. Whatever you don't use, you lose. Lack of use causes loss. On this planet, maybe not the next one, but on this one, if you tie your arm to your body, leave it there long enough, you'll never use it again. It's over for the arm. Now, it may not be over, but it's over for the arm. The only way to keep the use of this arm is what? Keep using it. If you quit, you lose automatically. They don't bring it up for a vote. You lose automatically when you quit. Now, the same thing that goes for your arm goes for your brain, mentality. The same thing goes for all the human virtues. Ambition, unused, declines. Strong feelings, unused, diminish. It doesn't grow, it diminishes. Faith, unused, decreases. It's a law. Vitality unused diminishes. Energy unused decreases. The guy says, well, I'm going to save up my energy. You can't do that. That's like trying to save today, put it on the end of the year. See, you can't do that. They'll come take you away. If you don't use today, what? It's lost. The guy says, well, I'll work twice as hard tomorrow to make up for it. See, that's foolish. You could have done that anyway. Today unused is lost. A talent unused is lost. An ability unused is lost.
All right, familia, what's up? Grand Rising, happy Friday. If everybody can see me, I just want to make sure that everybody can see me. Can I please get a 1 in the chat box? If you guys can all see me well, just want to make sure that everybody is good on their side. I got it. I had to bring it over to Zoom because I'm going to need my whiteboard for this training. So I wanted to make sure that I got everybody on Zoom and gave everybody all the the right info right away. So Grand Rising fam, yes, thank you guys. Let me know. Perfect. Appreciate it. And always blessed to get on these calls with all of you. I know that today is a spiritual day for sure. 11/11, such a beautiful day for us to manifest, for you to do some good visualization and to put yourself in a position of, growth and elevation and just be there in general. That's what it's all about. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful for that, fam. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for, reminding me of that as well. That's good stuff. And love to see everybody here. Guys, send out that last message. Let everybody know that, Mornings with Nano is live. Maybe some people may not know. If they don't know, let them know, because we are ready to go. We are ready to do a great training today. And I want everybody to grow today. I want everybody to have a good idea. And I've had a lot of people ask me like, yo, can we get a training on how to journal, what's the right things to journal about, and just give you guys some of the tips, because I know a lot of people are starting to journal and want to get into it. So I want to make sure that before the end of the year, you get some good practice in on how to journal, the art behind journaling and everything that comes with it, because it's something that everybody here wants to apply and everybody should apply, because journaling has absolutely changed my life, and I know that it can change yours. So let's get right into the call. Let's practice. What's one thing that we are all grateful for? Type it in the chat box. What is one thing you are grateful for this morning? I am grateful for God. I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful for my mind, my body, and my spirit. I'm extremely grateful for the people in my life, my family, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dariana. I'm extremely grateful for, my team and the leaders within my organization. I'm grateful for Katie. I'm grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano community. I'm grateful for everybody who shows me love, support, and, is on this journey with me. I'm grateful for my journal. I brought one of my journals here with me to show you guys some examples. Grateful for this coffee that I'm drinking right now. Super blessed and grateful for that. But with that being said, let's get rocking with this and let's start this training. And let me just make sure here. Give me one sec. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, good. All right, let's get this rocking. So here we go. If you guys can see my whiteboard, let me know. We're gonna train today. I'm gonna teach you guys something cool so that you guys know about journaling. All right, so today we're gonna be going over the art of journaling. Okay, we're gonna be going over the art of journaling. So I hope you guys are ready and understand this. Now, understand this before we get into what journaling is and how to do it and everything. We got to first understand that journaling is something that is very key. Now, I usually get a lot of questions of where do I get my journal? Okay, I have two different journals. Obviously, I have my Mornings with Nano journal, and I have my, journal that I use for personal use. Now, I'll tell you guys, where to get them at the end, so you guys can, take advantage of them and use them. But I want to make sure that you guys understand this on a different level. Now, understand that with journaling, a lot of people just look at journaling and think that, oh, journaling is, like just writing down how you feel, or, just writing. People just think that journaling is writing, but there's so much more to journaling than just what we think it is. And that's why I always tell people, like, this is why we got to give things a chance, because sometimes the things that we think that we know, we really don't know. Remember what we talked about not too long ago? We said we know about journaling, but do we really know journaling? Because we know about it. We know that journaling is, having a notebook that you can write in, but do you truly know the benefits behind journaling? Do you understand how powerful it is and what it can do for you, and the importance behind it, and how to do it the right way, and when to do it? And there's just so much to journaling than just, writing in a notebook on how you feel. It's not just that. We grew up under this perception that journaling is, writing down your feelings, and it's almost like a diary. But it's way more than that. I used to think the same thing. I used to think that all journaling was, just write down how you feel and that's it. Make it think of it like a diary, right? I remember growing up that there was like diaries. That's what I was looking at it as. But then as I grew up, I realized that it's way more than that, because remember, guys, and I need you guys to understand this, okay? Writing causes thinking. All right, that's one thing I want you guys to write down. Writing causes thinking. And understanding that, 90 to 99% of our success is based on our thinking. Imagine journaling is going to help a lot with that. And if it wasn't for journaling, I need you guys to understand this helps a lot with manifestation. This helps a lot with manifestation. Okay, because you got to understand that when you're writing about something, you're thinking about it. And there is power in your mind seeing you write about the things that you want in your handwriting. Like the amount of hand movements that there is with your handwriting and you writing down your goals and your mind seeing your handwriting on those journals, you know how much power there is in that? So much. So I need you guys to understand that everything that I've ever manifested was in my journal first. I can go back to my first journals and I can find journal entries where I wrote about the things that I'm living today, where I found journal entries about me traveling the world, speaking on stages, where I talk about having hundreds and thousands of people on my calls, where I talk about Mornings with Nano becoming a worldwide impact and everything. So we got to understand that when it comes to journaling, it's going to help you a lot with what it is that you want to manifest. And it's something that through the years, I realized that everything that I journaled came a reality. It literally came a reality because guess what? I was putting it out there. And like I said, there is power in your mind seeing your handwriting. There's power in that because the amount of hand movements that it takes, okay, for you to write down your goals, for you to write down your manifestation, for you to do this, there's hand movements, there's brain power, there's things in the eyes. There's just so much to it that it just causes so much more manifestation power to go out there. And that is so key that we all understand. Now, my mentor recommends white paper and blue ink. White paper, blue ink when journaling. Okay. White paper and blue ink. Now, Nano, why blue ink? I know some of you guys probably on this call like, Nano, I use black, Nano, I use red, and Nano, I use all these different colors. No. Blue ink. The reason why you use blue ink is because blue ink has power. The color blue is very powerful, but it's also very soothing to the mind as well. Okay. Because if I were to look up, we do need a Mornings with Nano blue pen for sure. That is Jasmine. We need that one for sure. So let's start working on that ASAP because we definitely do need one of those. Let me just. So blue ink also, so let me tell you guys, so blue ink is better because it's more soothing for the mind. It's also better for memory as well. When it comes to remembering things, okay, it's so much better. It improves performance when it comes to memory. It helps with the application of just the information as well. It's so key. There's so much benefits to blue ink, and a lot of people sometimes don't know these things. Remember, these are little secrets that helps with so many things. Okay, it helps with memory. It helps with your mind. It's just more soothing for it. It's easier for the mind to remember it. It's just, there's so much benefits behind it. You can actually do some research on it, and you can actually find out why it is why it is that it's better for you to use blue ink when taking notes. Okay, so it helps a lot with those benefits. And remember, because we're taking notes, okay, and we want our mind to be in a full state of mind to understand this, okay, we want to take it in blue ink. We want to take it in a way where our mind is not only going to remember it, but it's going to be able to receive it and reciprocate it in the best way possible. Because if the color blue is more soothing to the brain, okay, then guess what? We want to use that. If you look around, some of the top apps in the world are blue. Facebook is blue. Twitter is blue. There's a lot of different apps that are blue. Remember, there's a trick behind all of that. There's a trick. Remember that they understand things about minds. So when they're picking these colors for apps, they're picking colors that are gonna, attract people to them. Colors that are soothing, colors that are high vibrational. Blue is a high vibrational color. Okay. Now, it's not saying that black is not going to work or red is not going to work. I'm sure it still works because it's a color. I get it. But if you want to get the highest benefit of it, you want to do it with blue ink. If you want to get the best benefit from it, and that's key. Okay. So I want to make sure that, you guys get these ideas in, because I want to teach you guys this before I actually start talking about journaling and how it works and the whole nine, because this is key. So we said, when it comes to journaling, writing causes thinking. Okay, this helps a lot with manifestation, and you want to use white paper and blue ink. Now, journaling, I would say, is something I don't think, you see, for me, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't journal every day. Now, is there times when I journal every day? Absolutely. But there's phases where I go through where I only journal 3 times a week, 4 times a week. There's phases that I go through where I'm journaling 7 days a week, right? Everything happens in phases, okay? We're all, we journal based on the phase that we're in. So what I want to write here as the next point is you journal in phases. Okay, and what do I mean by journal in phases? We all go through phases in life. For example, we've all gone through different phases this year. Okay, some of us have gone through phases where, we've been consistent, we've been running the play, everything's been working in our favor. We were writing it down. Great. There were phases that maybe we were busy, and maybe we didn't get a chance to journal every day like we wanted to. Maybe a lot of things came up. We were traveling and we didn't get a chance to do so. So, we didn't get a chance to journal. Maybe you were going through a very challenging time, okay? And you use the journal as a way to heal, okay? Journals are great for healing. Let me tell you guys, journals have been one of my main places for healing, truthfully. Because I'm somebody that I don't like to talk about what I go through. Unfortunately, I've never been the type of person to talk about the things that I go through. And I know that a lot of us are the same. Very, very rarely do I talk to people about the things that I'm going through. Maybe if I find somebody that I trust, I will. But for the most part, if I'm going through anything, I share it in my journal. And I keep it between me and my journal. And I'm able to release all my thoughts, all my energies, all my emotions in my journal. Because journals are great places to let go. Journals are great places for you to, just let go of all that energy. Let go of those thoughts. Let go of those feelings. Let go of those emotions. Let go of all the things that are holding you back. Trust me, it's been great. So it helps with healing. Okay. It does help a lot with healing, guys. Journaling does help a lot with healing. It's helped me so much. Times when I had to forgive myself, times when I had to forgive others. Okay. Times where I just was going through so much that I just had to let it go all on paper. So powerful to journal, guys. And I promise you, if you go through something, and if you're going through something right now, I know that journaling will help you out so much. So much. Okay. So these are some of like the benefits and some of the things that happen with journaling. Now, let me show you guys how I journal though. Now, remember, there's no right way to journal. So this is all based on opinion. Okay. But this is how I journal. This is what helps me journal. And this is what I like to do. So when I journal, okay, always at the top, I put the date. I do three things when journaling. So let me just bring up a new page here so we can get into like how to journal. Okay, but like I said, there is no right way to journal. This is all based on opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna just put how to journal like Nano. Okay, you can obviously start journaling like you want to journal, but like I said, this is all based on opinion. This is how I do it. So how I journal is like this. At the top of my paper, for example, today is, I would always put the date. I always put date, time, and location. Okay, when I journal at the very top, I like to put the date, time, and location. I like to be very specific. So this is what it will look like for me today. I would put it's Friday, November 11th, 2022. Okay. And right now it is 10:37 a.m. for my people who are East Coast. And then below that, I put the location. Okay. I'm in Washington Heights, New York. That's what the top of my journal always looks like right here. I put the date. I make sure I put Friday, November 11th, 2022. I put the time that I'm journaling at. Okay, I put location. Okay, and sometimes you can even put a title behind it. So since I know today is such a big day when it comes to manifestation, you can put a little title if you want to, like Manifestation Day. Okay, and you could put it in parentheses like 11/11 so you can remember. And then you go into, what you want to write about. Okay, so every day when I'm journaling, this is how I start. I start with the day, I start with the time, the location, and if you have a specific title, you can go and put a specific title. I don't always have a title, it's just I go in and start writing. But sometimes there is titles. Sometimes for me, sometimes the title is Keep It Real, Nano. I have my Keep It Real titles. I have my manifestation titles. I have, for example, sometimes you just get certain ideas in your mind that you want to share. So depending on what that idea is will determine on what I write about. But everybody's different. Okay. Now, before I get into what to write about and stuff like that, let me give you guys the different types of entries that you can have. Okay. Because there is different types of entries. I always get so many questions on, what should I write about? What should I do? Right? So there's different types of entries when journaling. There's so many different types. So I may miss some. So if you guys want to help me in the chat, please let me know. But there's so many different types of journaling, right? Sometimes, the same, I'm gonna go over some of the basic ones, just daily journaling is key. That's one of the types of journaling. And what do I mean by daily journaling? Just writing down your day, how it's going, so on and so forth, right? There's evaluation journaling, okay, where you are keeping track of, the things that you're doing well, the things that you're not doing well, improving. There's gratitude journaling, okay? There is celebration letters, and I'm going to go over them a little bit. Celebration letters. Write down your dreams, dream journaling. That is so important. Okay, writing down your dream. Yeah, that goes with the congratulations letter. Forgiveness journals. Those are key. Visualizations. And I'm giving you guys these different types of journals because I think it's important that you guys understand that, it's not just one way of journaling. Okay, it's important that you do so. Okay, there's visualization. There's, if you want to, I like what Monique said, brain dumping, right? Brain dumping is key. I like to call brain dumping as well, like the let go journals, also known as let go. Just let go of all of it, right? Aha moments are key. Aha moments are key to journal as well. These are all great different ways of you can use to journal. Okay, these are so important, right? I would say forgiveness and healing journal. I would add those to those. Self-audit, I would add those to like the evaluation as well. Okay, you can add this to evaluation. Self-audits is here. Okay, so these are just, some of the ways, but breakthroughs, aha moments, those are all very similar. Okay, and these are all journals. Okay, journals, you can also do like another one that I really like to do is book reviews on like a book that I finished reading. I like to do a review on the book. You know what? Let me journal on the book that I just read. Okay, that's also super important. Another thing I like to do is it's called nature watching. Okay, when you journal in nature, you know, kind of like being super present in the moment and hearing the birds sing and hearing the water splash against the sand and eavesdropping on a conversation that's happening next to you and just hearing everything out, and kind of writing about it. Like, I write about that stuff all the time. There's times that I'm just in nature, super present in the moment, and I write about it. I think it's important. So there's so many different ways for you to journal. As we said, we got daily journaling that you can do on a day-to-day basis just to write about your day and so on and so forth. We got evaluation journaling where you're auditing yourself, figuring out what you like. What you're doing good versus what you're not doing good, what you can improve on, just an improvement journaling kind of thing. Gratitude journaling, that is also super powerful. There's times that I've just journaled on gratitude, everything I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful, kind of like how we start the call off. I do a lot of journaling like that, but like being grateful and not just, remember, it's not just saying I am grateful for my body, but I'm grateful for my body because I'm grateful for my mom because I'm grateful for my health because, like, giving the reason why you're grateful. Those journals are so powerful. Like, think about it. You can sit down and you can pick 5 of these and journal every single day, 5 different ways. Because look, for example, let's say one day, you do your daily journaling. Another day, you can do your evaluation journaling. Another day, you can do a gratitude journal. Another day, you can do a congratulations journal. Another day, you can do a dream journaling. And then throughout there, you can include all these other ones. You can include forgiveness. You can include a visualization journal. You can include aha moments in there. You can include, your book reviews when you're done with them. You can include nature watching. So don't ever think that there's not enough to write about. If you say, Nano, I don't know what to write, you're being lazy, honestly. I hear so many people tell me all the time and give me the excuse, Nano, but I just don't know what to write. Bro, there's so much to write about. So much. There's so much to write about. You know how much things have happened in our lives that we should be writing about? Do you have a different journal book for each one? No. I keep it all together in one journal for the most part. And that's key. Now, I do my journal entries, but then I also have something that I do when I'm done journaling. And I'm going to go into this a little bit deeper, but there's something that I do after every journal entry, and I call it GAAG. It's called GAAG. Okay, it's an acronym for something. Okay, so it's an acronym for gratitude, affirmations, afformations, and goals. So GAAG is a strategy that I use after every journal session. Okay, so after I'm done, so for example, if I were to do it in steps, okay, this is what it looks like in steps when I journal. Steps to journaling, right? All right, if I were to do it in steps, I would do number 1, it's up here, which is, obviously the journal entry. What is the journal entry? The date, the time, the location, and title if needed. Okay, that's what I do. I always do that. Actually, no, this is wrong. This goes here. So number one, I do that. Number two is the journal entry. Okay, so this is where now you pick the different type of journal entry. For example, okay, here's where you do, you know, your celebration letters. You know, you do a gratitude journal. You do a forgiveness and so on and so forth, right? Your daily journaling and daily and etc. And then number three, I finish always off with GAAG. I mean, GAAG, I like to call it. Okay, and like I said, that's for gratitude. I do affirmations, and I'm going to show you guys how that looks like. Affirmations, afformations, and goals. Okay, like I said, this is how I journal. So I'm not here to give you guys like the right way to journal. This is how I do it. If you guys need a way to start, this is a great way to start. This is after 3 years of journaling. And I think this is important for you guys to know. So how does the last part of it look? So let me break this down. Okay, GAAG. Okay, like I said, it's gratitude. Just to break it down one more time, so you guys don't forget. Affirmations. I'm gonna explain what afformations are. Some of you guys may not know this. And then I'm gonna explain goals. Okay, so at the end of every journal entry, I have a page where I dedicate it to this. So what I do is I write it down like this. On one page, I'll start with, I am grateful. I'll write down 5 things I'm grateful for. So I would sit down and I'll say, you know, I'm grateful for God. I am grateful. I'm gonna just do 3 so we don't have to do the whole thing, right? So I'll be like, I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for my health. Whatever I feel like I'm grateful for that day, you know, I'll write it down. And I'm grateful for my team. Okay. Let's say I would write down 5 things I'm grateful for. Then when I'm done with that, I would write down the top affirmations that I'm feeling. Okay, so I'd be like, I am relentless. I am strong. I am limitless. Okay, so I would write down 5 of those. Okay, then I would write down my afformations. Now, afformations are like, it's like, to give it in, to put it in better perspective, affirmations are affirmations, but in the form of questions. Okay, so it's asking positive questions that you will get the answer to, because think about it. People ask a lot of questions, but they're asking the wrong questions. They ask questions like, why am I so stressed? Why do things never work out for me? Or, you know, how come these things, you know, never seem to work in my favor? And remember, whatever we ask, we receive. So if you're asking, why am I so stressed? Why do things never work out in my way? Why can't I attract leaders? You're asking the wrong question. You're asking a question from a negative perspective. The thing about afformations is asking questions from a positive perspective. So instead of saying, you know, why do I suck at, you know, finding leaders to join my business? Why don't you say, why am I so good at attracting high quality leaders into my business, right? That's a whole lot better question. If you're going to get an answer to something, get an answer to this question. Don't get an answer as to, because think about it. If you're telling yourself, and these are questions that we ask ourselves that we don't even realize. If you ask yourself, why do I suck at finding leaders? Guess what God is going to do? Guess what the universe is going to do? This is why you suck, and give you another leader that sucks. That's how it works. Why am I so stressed? Well, you ask, so you're going to have to receive. Okay, here, this is why you're so stressed. Let me put another problem in your life. Let me give you another financial situation in your life that's going to suck. Whatever you ask, you're going to receive. Okay, so Instead of asking a negative question, start learning the art of asking positive questions. When I learned this changed the game for me. You know, why am I so good at attracting high quality leaders into my business? You know, why am I so good at building a closer and meaningful relationship with God? This is one of my favorite ones to write down. One of my other favorite ones to write down is, why am I so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life? This is one of my favorite, like those two, right? These three right here, I use them a lot, honestly. But like I said, you can use them for whatever you want, right? As a matter of fact, I want you in the chat box, I want you to write down what would be one affirmation that you would use. I want to see what some of your affirmations are. Okay, let's see. I see. Why am I so good at growing into the best version of myself? There you go. That's a good one. Why am I so great at allowing blessings to flow through me in all areas of my life? Let's go, Iman. I love that one. That one was fire. Why do I attract everything I want? No, Mike, why am I so good at attracting everything I want? That's the right way to write it, Mike. So you wrote, why do I attract everything I want? No, it would be, why am I so good at attracting everything I want? Why am I so good at being consistent? That's a good one. Why am I so good at so on and so forth? You know, writing these things down is so key, guys, so key. Why am I getting better every day in every way? That one's kind of is good, but I think you could be more specific with that one. I think you could be more specific with that one. Why am I so good at trading? Yes, but I feel like you could still be more specific. You know, why am I so good at improving at the skill of trading? Try to be a little bit more specific always when the question, because if you ask a broad question, then you'll get a broad answer, but you got to be specific. If the more specific you are, the more specific the answer. Okay, so always remember that. The more specific you are, the more specific the answer. Why am I so good at being disciplined? That's one that I've always used. I love that one as well. Why am I so good at making decisions that align with my purpose? Melissa, you took that one from me. That's one of the ones that I always use as well. Why am I so good at being successful in all areas of my life? That one's good. Why am I so disciplined with my trading plan, the market with? Why am I so disciplined with my trading plan, the market's rewards with profits? I think we need to fix that a little bit. And remember, not every question has to start with why either. You know, you can also ask positive questions with like what and when and so on and so forth. Why am I so good at attracting business-minded individuals? That's beautiful, Brittany. Why am I so good at getting sales every day? You can use that one. I feel like you could be a little bit more specific though. What kind of sales? How many sales? Okay. Why am I so good at attracting business owners into my life? Why am I so good at helping people reach their full potential? Yes. Why am I so good at connecting versus communicating? Why am I so connected to the people I need to be? Why am I so good at, why am I so connected to, I can't understand that, Kelsey. I think you got to rewrite that. Why am I so good at being successful and disciplined in all areas of my life? Yes. So you guys have some good ones. You guys have some good ones for sure. These are the ones, but like I said, pick a few. Like it all depends on how you're feeling that day. It all depends on how you're feeling that day. For me, yes, why am I so good at attracting people that align with my purpose? That one's beautiful, Kenny. A really good one right there, sis. I love that one. I actually have that one a lot. I've actually written down that one a lot, actually. Why am I so good at attracting people that align with my purpose? And think about it. I've attracted a lot of you guys into my life and into my businesses because I wrote it down. I can actually, let me see. I have a lot of the ones that I write down right here. So look, this was let me see when I wrote this one. This was what I was writing. Wow, so funny. I was writing this last year, December 17, and I was in the Chicago airport. How ironic. So I would write down this. I wrote down these 5 affirmations. I wrote down, why am I so good at developing a closer relationship with God? Why am I so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life? Why am I so good at being a Chairman 50 qualified? Why am I so good at developing leaders within my team? And why am I so good at making choices that align with my desires? That's what I wrote down, a few months ago, actually last year. So I do this at the end of every journal entry. So I kind of do this at the end. And then the last thing is the goals. And then with the goals, you just write down your top 5 goals. So I would always write down, I am so happy and grateful now that ... and whatever your goals are. Okay, whatever your goals are. Now, these are your overall goals. Okay. What do I want to mean? What do I say? What do I mean by this? For example, I have different goals here. For example, I have my goal of self-mastery. I have one of my goals, which is, I am so happy and grateful now that I am self-mastery. I have a goal that has to do with my business. I have a goal that has to do with my team. I have a goal that has to do with my family. I have a goal that has to do with, future dreams and stuff like that. Okay. So what does this sound like? So for example, for my business, I have a goal for a rank that I want to hit in my business. Okay. So for we all in different businesses, but I have a certain rank I want to hit in my business. So I write down that goal. Okay. For my team, I have an amount of, 6-figure earners I want to create. So I have a certain amount of people that in my business I want to create. Okay. I have a dream to, obviously, retire family and buy a house for family. So I write down that goal. Okay. I also have a goal of, living in the Aquilina Tower. I like to write down goals like that as well. So what I do my best to pick like 5 goals that I can write down every day that are very powerful. One, obviously this one has to do more with self. One has to do with business. One has to do with my team. One has to do with my family, and it's all based on you, family. Remember, you do not have to do it like me. Some of you guys may just want to have different, you may have a goal to want to lose weight. You may have a goal to, want to move out of your parents' house. Remember, we are all in different areas in our lives. Okay. I'd be lying to you guys if I told you guys that it was always like this. Okay. So what I would do is, you don't have to do 5. You can do 3 goals. What are your top 3 goals that you want to accomplish? And keep them very general, because these are goals that you're going to write down that you're going to be able to do. Now, can you write your goals, your weekly goals down? I say so. I don't think there's ever a problem with writing down your weekly goals either. But these are goals that are like overall goals. These are the goals that I'm working towards. These are like, I would say mostly like, I would say almost like C-type goals that I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know we're going to make it happen type stuff. I usually write down C-type goals. Okay. So that's how kind of like I do this. So after every journal entry, so think about it. Step 1, I put the date, time, and location and title. So for example, we should all do this. Every single one of us should do this. As a matter of fact, dude, it'll be dope if we did it on the call together, but we wouldn't have enough time because it takes time. But everybody here today, we should all journal, and it should look like this. Friday, November 11th, 2022. Put the time. It's 11 o'clock right now, so this will be a dope time to start. Okay, location, Washington Heights, New York City. Manifestation day, 11/11. And then what we should, in terms of when journaling, what kind of journaling we should do today? I think today we should do like a visualization journaling, kind of like a dream journal almost in a way, like creating, right? Dream building journal. Like, what do you want your dreams to look like? What do they look like? Manifest, like, what do you look like a year from now, 2 years from now? Put the energy out there. Manifest. Today's journaling should be a manifestation journaling. so you can create. Okay. And then at the end of that one, we just write down our gratitude, our affirmations, and our goals. Everybody should do this today. Everybody. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, Nano, how does that look like? Well, let me show you guys. Look up visualization meditation. The name of the girl that does the video is called Jess. Her name is Jess. Okay. Now, Nano, how does that look like? Well, first off, because somebody asked me in the chat, I think that everybody should do this, all right, today at some point, because I'm going to do it myself. All right. What I would recommend everybody to do is I would recommend everybody to go to YouTube. Okay. And I would have everybody watch this video right here and do a 10-minute visualization with this video right here.
Winter is coming,
and I think everybody should do it, because before you journal, you should visualize it first. This is the one that we did for a whole year. 10-minute manifestation, meditation, powerful visualization. It's 10 minutes. It's so powerful. Okay. Everything I've ever, still to this day, I use this visualization. You know, huge shout out to Katie for putting me on. But, you know, I love this meditation, and she gets deep, fam. Really, really, really deep with this one. Okay. I'll drop the link in the chat so you guys can have it. Boom, right there. Dude, every day do this. I promise you, it's a game changer. Okay. This is the one that I still do it to this day. Like, still to this day. Yo, still to this day, I still watch this video. So powerful.
Tightly as you can. Hold for 5.
Let me show you guys something. Hold up.
And be fully present, as if it is your current reality. And be fully present. Now, step into your body within this moving image and be fully present, as if it is your current reality.
So when she tells me that, she says, yo, step into that reality, because she tells you, what is the goal that you want? Yo, what goal do you want, Nano? So when she tells me that, I visualize myself, you know, when I was doing this, you got to think about it. You got to pick a goal. You got to go into this with a goal. What do you want? You got to be specific. You got to be clear. And you got to learn how to create a movie in your mind, basically. That's the key to this. You got to learn how to create the movie in your mind. So I already have a movie that I live every time. It's almost consistent every time. So the way I see myself, I always start in a penthouse. For me, I always start in my penthouse on the beach. You know, like that's where it always starts. My visualizations always start at the beach, you know, on my penthouse, you know, just feeling good. And I put myself there and I'm present in that moment. Like I truly see myself present in the moment. I know what it's like to live on the beach. I hear the sounds of the waves. I can smell the salty ocean, and I'm so visual with it. And I see myself like walking around the beach, and I see myself going downstairs, getting in my car, getting in my Rolls Royce. I know how the Rolls Royce feels. I feel it. I can smell the inside of the car. I know how the leather feels on my back. I know how it all feels. So I get in my Rolls Royce, I drive, you know, I see myself doing these things, and yo, it gets so powerful. I see myself speaking on stages. I see myself in my nice suit. I see, you know, myself getting celebrated for my rank and people being happy for me, and the hugs and the kisses and all of this stuff, and just a celebration all over social media. And yo, I make it like a whole entire movement, and I make sure that in that moment, I'm feeling it. I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for it. Like I forget that I'm even where I'm at the moment. I'm literally so involved and so present in that moment that it feels surreal. It literally does feel surreal, fam. And yo, I'm telling you guys that this visualization has changed a lot for me. And I want you guys to take advantage of it as well. So I just wanted to show you guys what it was. But let's go back to the whiteboard here really fast. Okay, so you guys can see this. Let me bring up back the chat because I lost it here. But that is super key right there, guys. I'm telling you, like I'm going in debt with this because I want you guys to see that. Okay, so man, Sunset Cliffs, Eunice, such a beautiful place. I'm actually spending San Diego. I'm actually spending New Year's in San Diego, so that's gonna be a phenomenal experience. Hey, Neno, dude. I always journal at the end of my morning routine. So I meditate, I read, and then I journal. Okay. Now, Neno, let's say today we were to do it. Okay. So like we said, today is Friday, November 11th, 2022. Right now it is 11:07. Okay, AM, location, Washington Heights. And you can journal whenever, guys. Remember, like I said, this is all preference. This is all preference. We're going to put title, manifestation. How did I just forget how to spell manifestation? There you go. Manifestation day, 11/11, boom. And then I will start writing. So for example, because today is a manifestation day, you want to speak from the end in mind. No, that's not me when I was little. That's actually me when I was little. That's my little brother. That's me over there. There you go. That's me. This is my my little brother right here. So manifestation journal or manifestation day. So how would Nano, how would a manifestation day go? Like, how would I write this? Okay. So for example, I would write it from the end in mind. So I would start like this. I would be like, wow, Nano. And I would write it from this perspective. Wow, Nano, you did it. Wow, Nano, you did it. Let's say manifestation day. I'm manifesting that I am a chairman 50 in my company. That is a rank. That is a rank that earns you $50,000 to $60,000 a month, you know, and so on and so forth. So let's say I'm working on manifesting my rank. Wow, Nano, you did it. You are a chairman 50 qualified. You are a chairman 50 qualified. You worked so hard for it. Let me see. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of how I would write it in a way. Wow, Nano, you did it. You are a chairman 50 qualified. You worked so hard for it. All the late nights and early mornings paid off. Thousands of people are celebrating you. Your phone is blowing up with happiness and congratulations. This feels amazing. You can officially retire your family for good. You know, and you just start writing whatever comes to your mind. Like, this is what's coming to my mind right now. You know, you can officially retire your family for good. You can buy them that house that you always wanted. And you just start writing and you let your mind flow. You let it flow, you let it flow, you let it flow, you let it flow, you let it flow. You know what I'm saying? You let it flow, like sit there and let it flow. And remember, I'm in this perspective, Okay, you're writing it from a, if I'm not mistaken it, you're writing it in this perspective from a third person. You can also write it from a first person perspective. Let's go, man. Let's go. We aligned, fam. We here. We aligned. We here with it. As a matter of fact, I'm about to end this call and I'm gonna start my journal entry right now. As a matter of fact, let me I need to go grab my journal actually, because I want to start writing it at 11:11. I feel like that'll make it just so much more powerful, being the fact that you're writing it at 11:11. So if I were you guys, if you're on this call, start your journal entry now. If you haven't started a journal entry, start your journal entry real quick right now. I would highly recommend that. That'll be powerful. You started journaling at 11:11. As a matter of fact, let me go grab my journal real quick. Where's my journal? Yeah, we definitely want to start journaling right now. So this is powerful. I'm gonna start my journal entry. I just got it right here. I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna write it up. Regardless, it's still gonna be powerful, even if you got it at 11:11 or not. But as long as you manifest a day, that's how you do it, right? But remember, when it comes to this, okay, write it down and get specific with it. Like you see, look, I said, wow, Nano, you did it. You are Chairman 50 qualified. You worked so hard for it. All the late nights and early mornings paid off. Thousands of people are celebrating you right now. Your phone is blowing up with happiness and congratulations. This feels amazing. You can officially retire your family for good. You can buy them that house you always wanted. Like, you can sit down and do this and write it down from that perspective. Or you can also write it down from the perspective that you're in it and you're seeing it from your own eyes. Because when you're writing it from this perspective, if I'm not mistaken, I think that this is third person, where you're writing it from, like, if you're looking at it from the outside in, but you can also write it from the inside out. Like, instead of saying you are, you can say I am. I work so hard for it. Thousands of people are celebrating me. I see my phone going off. Like, you got to write it from the perspective of I instead of you. Okay, so that's another trick. You could write it from different perspectives. Okay, you could write it from the perspective that you're experiencing, or you from the outside. You got to understand that. Okay, there's two different perspectives. Truthfully, both are very powerful. Probably, I would say the most powerful would probably be writing it from the perspective that I did it. Like, you did it. I am a Chairman 50 qualified. I worked so hard for this. All those late nights and early mornings finally paid off. You could write it almost the same exact way. Thousands of people are celebrating me right now. I see all the messages coming in. I see all the congratulations on my Instagram. This feels so amazing. Wow, wow, wow. I can officially now retire my family the way I've always wanted to. I can buy that house for them. I can get my dad that car that he always wanted. I'm able to go out and, I'm going to go out to dinner with my team and we're going to get a nice steak and lobster. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And like, just manifest it, everything. Like, think about it. If that day came, like, what would that day look like? How would that day feel? What would you be doing that day? Who would be with you on that day? What car are you going to be driving? What car are you going to buy? What house are you going to move into? Like, you got to have this all set up. Like, seriously, you got to do it. I'm telling you. And then when you're done with that, when you're done with the manifestation, you do your GAAG, and you're done. And you're done. And sometimes, if you feel like you don't need to do the GAAG, you don't do it. You do it whenever. It's a quick thing at the end that just gives you a little bit of extra manifestation powers. Game changing. I'm telling you, it is game changing. This is what it is right here. You want to describe the feeling. Describe that feeling. Describe it. Yo, I feel so grateful. Wow, I did it. Yes, yes. Like literally write it in the perspective that it happened already. Like if your goals was to happen today, how would you feel? What would the emotions be? You got to start creating that from now, guys, because it's not going to happen if you don't know what's going to happen. If you don't know what's going to happen once you do it. If you're just saying, oh, I just want $100,000 a month. But what are you going to do when the $100,000 a month comes? You got to understand this, guys. Got to understand this. So I'm glad that I did this training on journaling today. I got deep into it. I'll start from the beginning over here so we can kind of go over it. All right. And then, so the art of journaling, remember, writing causes thinking. This helps a lot with manifestation. White paper, blue ink is preferred. Journal in phases, super key. And this also helps with healing. Okay. This is how I journal. Remember, this is how I journal. So this is not the right way to journal. I don't think that there's a right way to journal. You pick and choose how you want to journal. I'm giving you guys what I do so that you can either copy it or you can take a little bit of what I do and make it your own. There's so many different ways. There's no right way. As long as you're doing it, you're doing it. Okay. So what I do is step by step. Number one, I do date, time, and location and title. Number two, I pick what kind of journal entry I'm going to do. I gave you guys all the journal entries right here. Okay. And then at the end of it, I do something called this is like my closing statement kind of way. Okay. Which is GAAG, my gratitude, my affirmations, and my goals. I gave you guys example of how that looks right here. You know, gratitude, writing down 5 things you're grateful for. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for my team. Okay. I write down my affirmations. I am relentless. I am strong. I am limitless. Okay. Then I write down my affirmations. Why am I so good at attracting high quality leaders into my business? Why am I so good at building a closer and meaningful relationship with God? Why am I so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life? And then I write down my goals. And then the good thing is I repeat it out loud. So when I do this, when I do the GAAG, I repeat it out loud to myself. I don't reread what I wrote. Like my journal entry, I don't reread it. I always reread the GAGG. So I'm going to add that up here so you guys can remember. Okay. When it comes to this, always, I'm going to put it in capital letters, always reread your GAGG. Because the purpose of it is so that you can reread it back to yourself. Always reread it. Reread the gratitude, reread the affirmations, reread the affirmations, and reread your goals to yourself. So after you write them, reread them to yourself. Okay. And then was that it? And then, yeah, I kind of gave you guys an idea. So you can either write it from a third person perspective or a first person perspective. You can write it from looking at it from the outside. You did it. You are Chairman 50. You work so hard for it. Or you can write it from, I did it. I am a Chairman 50. I work so hard for it. Both are good. But in reality, the best and most effective one is I. You can either do it from the perspective of I, or you could do it from the perspective of you. Both work though. But the most effective is the I because you're in it. You're looking at it from your eyes. When you do it from you, you're looking at yourself from the outside perspective looking in, which is also pretty cool to do. I do both. Okay, I do both. I do the out and I do the in, and I do the in. I do both perspectives. Okay, so that's really everything I wanted to cover, guys, when it came to journaling. I don't know if there's anything else I can add to that. I'm trying to think, but nah, that was almost everything. That's the key to journaling. That's how I do it. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about how I should journal, what I should go about it, but I promise you guys that journaling has changed everything for me. I have so many journal, like I'm on like my 7th or 8th journal. Easily my 7th or 8th journal. I have so many journal entries, like I can't even start to, talk about these journals, man. So many. Oh, let me show you guys where you can get them. Sorry about that. Let me actually show you guys where you can get them. Because I know you guys are probably wondering, where can I get my journal? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is the Mornings with Nano journal right here. Just so you guys can see it. This is the Mornings with Nano journal that you can look it up. Mornings with Nano Success Journal, a journal for slowing down, letting go, and loving who you are. $23. Okay, they have it in stock. It's about 180 pages. It's super dope. It's not a big journal. I think that this journal is dope for what it is that we do here. Everything is provided. If you guys can go and actually put some more ratings on this, I would appreciate that actually. If you guys can help me with some of the ratings here and just leave a good rating behind it, because we have a lot of people on these calls. So if you've bought one and you haven't put a rating behind it, I would really appreciate it if you guys put some ratings behind this. That'll mean a lot to me, honestly. You guys can do that as a way of pay me back for, teaching you guys how to journal. But if you guys want like the journals also that I use for like on a day-to-day, we also have these journals as well. I recommend getting both. Moonster journal, they're called Moonster journal. Here they are. Let me see. Here it is. So this one. Yeah, but I like this one right here, the one with the tree. I always get either this one, the one with the tree, or the one with the heart. I always get these two right here. Okay, and I always get unlined. I always get the 8x6 because it's bigger. I always get the 8x6 because it's bigger. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's like it comes out to like $30. I don't do lines. I don't like to do lines for some reason. I don't do the lines. If you like to do lines, you can do lines. But the reason why I use this one, I want to create a Mornings with Nano journal that's like this, honestly. I'm going to see. I've been trying to talk to them. I've been trying to get in contact with them to see if I can maybe collaborate with them and create my own Mornings with Nano journal, maybe have something engraved in this journal. Because they have like engravings in these things. And they have like real buffalo leather and like it's a super dope journal. I love this journal. 8x6. So, if you guys want to get these are for like saving them long term and like for my kids and my future to have them. Like, I do that for that. So, those are the two journals that I use for the most part, my Mornings with Nano journal. And I use that journal as well right there. The leather journal, Tree of Life, super dope journal. They're both amazing. And, could it be used for Mornings with Nano notes? Yeah. What I would say is get the Mornings with Nano journal for Mornings with Nano, obviously, so you can keep all your Mornings with Nano journal. What does the Mornings with Nano journal have inside? The Mornings with Nano journal has inside, it has an area for you to, have journal entries, like for the notes of like the calls that we do, but it also has like trainings in it. It has, as a matter of fact, I can just grab it real quick. Let me show you guys. Let me just go grab the journal really fast so you guys can see it. So this is what it looks like. So you guys can kind of like see it. So as you guys can see, it's pretty solid compared to this one. It's literally the same in terms of the dimensions. It's literally a little bit almost the same. My journal is a little bit taller, I would say. But for example, when you open it, it has this journal belongs to. It has like my little logo here. If you're a Mornings with Nano OG, you know about this right here. It has a place for you to write down your why. Has a place for you to write down all your goals, 100 of your goals. Think about 100 goals that you want to write down. Jasmine did a phenomenal job with this. I'm so grateful for her. So there's a place to write down your goals. There's a place for you to write down a letter to yourself, okay, from your higher self. That's such a good one. Questions to ask yourself. We have, trainings on, understanding the spiritual side of success. And she put a bunch of trainings in here, understanding the spiritual side of success. Like, look, like legit stuff too, fam. Like, look at this. Like this stuff is next level. Like if you have this, like just this page itself right here, just this page itself could change everything right here for you if you understood this page. And this is a inside scoop so you guys can see it. She has everything like this. There's trainings in here for you guys to use, like journal super dope. There's trainings on there so you guys can use that. We have goal cards as well. You can cut these out and use these goal cards, laminate them. I am so happy and grateful. And then this is one of my favorite parts about it, the mastermind notes. So as you can see, you can actually, for example, today is what, November. So all you have to do is, it doesn't matter. November, boom, you would circle November, and then you would circle the number 11, boom. And then today we went over how to journal, and you can do a whole journal entry right here on this right here, boom. Super easy. And it's done, and it's yours, and you can keep these and you can collect these, right? And then the rest of the journal is just, used for journal entries. But the beginning of it, it gives you a ton of value, goal cards, trainings, questions to ask yourself, a place to write down your goals, a letter to the best version of yourself. This journal belongs, so you can put your name right there. Easy. It's a great place to have it all together, fam. So I wanted you guys to see it. I know it's Friday, so it's a great day for you guys to grab one. If you haven't grabbed one, please do. But also, can we just real quick, can we type a thank you in the chat box for my sister Jasmine, who worked on it that's an innovative way of writing the day for real. No, Freddie, I said the same thing. Let's type a thank you in the chat box for my sis Jasmine for just being so innovative. I didn't even ask her to do this, guys, honestly. Think about it. I didn't even ask her to do this. She had been working on it low key. She made it and she was like, Nano, I got a journal. It's already on Amazon. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? She was like, bro, I did the journal. Like, it's already done. I'm like, but wait, what do you mean? Like, you don't need my input. She was like, bro, I already know you. Like, what do you mean need your input? I'm on Mornings with Nano for the last 3 years. What more input? She was like, yo, I got you, bro. Just take a look at it. I'm gonna order you one and you let me know. And she ordered it to me. And in the beginning, I was kind of like, like, could Jasmine really do this without my help, like, at all? And yo, when I got it and I looked at it, I was like, she picked the perfect picture for the front of it. And the way that she just set it up, honestly, in my opinion, she did way better than what I would have ever done. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I don't think I would have done this good, to be honest. So I'm glad that she took lead on that. There's just some things that, people are good at, and she was a lot better at it. But I just want Jasmine to know, on behalf of the whole Mornings with Nano family, we thank you. We appreciate you so much. That was such a blessing. Jasmine has always had such a vision for Mornings with Nano. She's had more of a vision for it than I have, to be honest. I've always just looked at it as, yo, I'm good at this, but she looks at it as another perspective. She sees everything else that I don't see. And that's why it's so important to have people in your life like Jasmine that are able to see your potential in things before you see them in yourself. This is important stuff. So, thank you, Jasmine, for all that you do for the family. And yo, she's working hard on things for us in 2023 that you guys have no idea about. She'll kill me if I tell you guys what she has in place for us, but just know a lot of amazing things: tours, merch, retreats, new merchandise, like so many stuff, man. I can't wait for us to take this to the next level. 2023, the Mornings with Nano family is going to be a different one, fam. So I hope you guys are ready, because I am excited. But with that being said, that wraps up today's call. I just saw it's 11:30. I miss you guys, man, already. I'm not gonna see you guys again till Monday, but it's cool. We'll run it up. But with that being said, if you guys got value from today's call, put an 11:11 in the chat box. If you guys got some value from today's call, if you guys got value from today's call, put an 11:11 in the chat box. I'm looking forward to everything that's happening. We're going to take this to the whole nother level, fam. I can't wait for everything that we have going on. We've already started on it. The Mornings with Nano thing is growing, MMX, everything, like, man, about to be next level, fam, for real. It is about to be next level. So thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you guys so much for the support. I am so grateful for all of you. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you ahead of time for everybody who, purchases their journal, and for the individuals that show love to it. And like I said, take this training that I did today and apply it. Like really go out there and do a journal entry today. Do the meditation today. I think that this is a great, great day for you to do so. This is a great day for you to let go of some stuff. And I'm excited for it. Leave a like if you haven't left a like. Make sure that you leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. This is my Instagram at Long Live Nano. Here's my other Instagram at Mornings with Nano. And I'm also going to drop the link to the journal if you guys want it, just in case you didn't get a chance to get it or you want to save it in your notes for later. Okay, there it is. I'll also drop the link in the Nano's Keys to Success chat if you guys want to grab that journal as well. That is super key. All right. So with that being said, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to do a quick prayer for us and we are out of here. Quick prayer, bow your heads. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for this blessing that you have given us to wake up on this amazing Friday morning. We learned so much this morning about just journaling and the way to write down our goals and how to put our thoughts on paper. And there's just so much growth that is happening within all of us. We feel the energy every day. We feel the amount of wisdom that you continue to pour into us. And you are truly preparing us for this future that we have. And it feels so good to have you showing us the way. And for anyone that's on this call, God, that needs your help, that needs that guidance. And for anyone in the world in general, Father, we pray that you put your hand over those individuals and you forgive them of their trespasses. You show them the light, you give them the guidance, because there's so many of us that need it nowadays, and now more than ever we do, Father. So we thank you ahead of time for all that you continue to do for us. Today is a huge day when it comes to manifesting. So we want to thank you ahead of time for helping us create the dreams that we want, for helping us align ourselves, for allowing us to focus our attention on the future. And those feelings that we feel in our heart, we know that those are you telling us that those things are already ours. We just need to become the people that are deserving for it. And that's the reason why we will continue to work every day, day in and day out. And that's why we ask that you give us the strength to show up even when we don't want to show up, because we understand that in order for us to get the dreams that we write down today, we need to become deserving of those dreams. And the way we become deserving of those dreams is by becoming those people that are deserving of those dreams. So we thank you so much. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for all. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great weekend. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Okay. God is the greatest. God is the best. There's nobody better. Honestly, we have the best God in the world, and we are just so grateful for having God in our lives. And man, what would we do without him, right? What would we do without him? So God is the greatest. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys all had a phenomenal day. I hope you guys got a lot of value from today's call. I'll be back Monday with another great training. And let's run it up. Let's have a good weekend. And I'll see you guys again Monday, fam. Love you. I appreciate y'all.